Welcome yet to another special edition. This is the IT Media, empowering truth, inspiring change. The first might be different, but it doesn't portray anything different from the Ivan who has been hosting the show. My name as well is Ivan Kahwa, and later on I'll be telling you about who I am. But to be specific, on a sad note, I am hosting this specific edition on this YouTube channel. But before we delve into it, always remember to like, subscribe, or even share any kind of information regarding this YouTube channel so that it can inspire us and encourage us to make more videos such as this, arising from current affairs, let it be social concepts, religion, sports, business, and many others, as you've always witnessed on this specific show. With me today is the host of this specific YouTube channel, but he's going to be my co-host this time around. That is none other than Ivan Tukundane. In a brief, we're going to be getting back to you. Welcome back now. Let's go into our show for today. It's indeed a sad note, like I'd already told you. Ivan Tukundane is with me here, but when I looked at him, I couldn't just believe what happened. He did tell me the entire story, but we're going to try to make it short as soon as we can, so that you can at least appreciate what exactly happens. On the 11th of April, 2024, as he was headed back home, some unknown people came across him, hit him with an object that I'm yet to identify or to know, and he lost his conscience for quite some days. After about 2 weeks, he gives me a call that my friend, my brother, perhaps maybe you would have had news that I'm dead, but here I am, this is what happened. And I was like, oh, can you explain to me that? But instead we decided that let's share his experience with you. Probably many of you have gone through the same thing. You have been stolen, they have hit you, they have taken all your property, you feel that you're somewhere, but within a blink of an eye, you're back to zero. You have to start again. How do you deal with that situation? Here it is fresh to Ivan, but for those who have already gone through it, what are you going to learn from this program? And this is what I bring to you this time around. Ivan Tukundane, you're welcome, though it is on a sad note.
Thank you so much, my brother, and I'm humbled that I'm here once more as a guest now, not a host, because of my speaking incapabilities at the moment that I'm having.
So now, Ivan, I don't really know where to start from. It's really very unfortunate. There are many things you have told me, but not even the person watching, you will just hear from him because it's him who is giving a testimony. I also remember I've ever gone through the same, but tell us on that fateful night, what really happened to you? What do you recall?
Yeah, Ivan Kahwa, because I'm Ivan, so when I use Ivan only, they will get confused. But on 11th, it was a Thursday, I still remember, and it was around 11:15, 11:20, around those minutes.
That is in the night?
In the night. And I remember he was chatting with someone on phone about Liverpool match. It was praying. So as I was coming from town, going to my place, when we are heading to Kireka, there when we branch off to Global Paints, in that sharp corner, after that sharp corner, there was a small car parked there. I was having a bag inside, I was having my gadgets. Truthfully speaking, I can't tell you that I saw people. I just saw blood coming with this evidence of a scar. I don't know what they used. Everyone has been asking me, what did they use to stone you? But I was like, I think people somehow an affair. I didn't know what I did not see what they used, whether a paver, whether a ginger, whether what. They even damaged my teeth. 3 of them were inside. My gum was spreading everywhere. So it was just consolidated, and they used threads to bring it back to its normal position. So when those people attacked me, one, they took everything I had. They took a phone, they took a camera, they took a laptop, they took hard drives, and I was having something like 40 something around there. So they took the bag and all the phones. The blood, it was oozing, the oozing blood was a lot. A lot. In fact, people were asking me, how did you manage to move away from where they bet you from up to your place?
Actually, even before that, I'll bring it in later on. From before this guy is hitting you, had you been cognizant of your surrounding when you were moving, the environment? Were there motorcyclists? Were there vehicles? Was there electricity?
For the first time that road was having, power was there of course, but there was no vehicle, no border, no anything that was moving around.
So was this your normal route or daily route chart?
It is my daily route that I normally use every day. I'm coming from work, going home.
Was it the case that you always move with your property?
Yeah.
Or
It's not that every day, but I don't know. That laptop, I had just bought it, I think 2 days back.
yeah, very top.
It was a fresh laptop. But I think that day, I don't know. I don't want to be like a speculator, but I don't know where these were planned people, because I can't say they were tracking me.
Yeah.
And you can't rule it out as well. But the beating that I received was professional. That it was beyond my help. There is no border that came around. There is no person that came around. Or now what I'm hearing from the public, they are telling me they had me crying. Because they bet me and I faced the Morongoti, I faced where I was coming from, and even on that spot, after 3 days, the blood was still fresh. A lot of blood.
So now, how do you get to know that I'm here? After that incident?
Yeah, after.
At what point did you get to learn that either I'm in the hospital, I've been worked on?
Those guys, after beating me, I think, for me, I'm a believer. I believe in God. So I think God helped me.
Well, a disclaimer, he's a believer and I am not. So let's continue with the show.
So I don't know how I consolidated the energy to reach at my place, but my neighbor is the one, is called Hilary, Taigwe Hilary. When he saw me, this is what he was telling me, that he knew dying was a must because I was in a very bad state. He took me to the hospital, but when the blood was oozing seriously, still, all over the clothes I was putting on, even on the pathway when I was coming.
So that was someone narrating to you how you ended up in hospital?
Very good.
But you didn't know anything at that point, you were unconscious?
I did. Because I'm told, they took me the first clinic, they told me they can't handle.
Yes.
The second clinic, they can't handle. The third clinic, they said, now is not let him die from here, but give him first aid. But the situation was very terrible. So I reached there, then they started working on this one because it was an open hole, a lot of blood coming. I'm told they saw the skull. That's what I'm told. For me, I didn't see, but I'm told they saw the skull. Then I slept after giving the first aid and what. Of course, I was not speaking. I was having a lot of blood inside. All the teeth that they had punched out, they were on top of the blood, so I couldn't speak. So they took me home, but my neighbor moved from the room and slept with me in the same room. On my bed for me, I was down. He told me he was not sure that I could make it to morning.
So when you talk of that beating, did they first hit your head, or they first attacked you and you got to know that I'm being attacked, or they hit you on the head, but as you are unconscious, you are also feeling that they continue to beat you?
They hit me on the head. They hit me here.
Yes.
For the viewer, they can see even this is
Yes,
a mark. When the blood started coming, and of course, immediately they hit me here, I became unconscious.
Okay.
I didn't put any resistance. Even I did not remember that I have
didn't
anything.
know that, yes.
That I have anything. I only remembered when I was brought to Iran hospital that they took all my things. Because I asked the person who was there, who took me to the hospital, do you have my things? I was like, you come here when you are empty-handed. So the time they beat me on the head and made me unconscious, I don't know how they took everything. Everything. So ideally, I think the first beating made me unconscious, and they continued beating me, thinking that maybe I have some energy to fight back, but which was not the case. I was already very unconscious, very weak, having a lot of severe blood bleeding. I couldn't help.
So how long did you spend in the hospital?
I went to that clinic. Then in the morning, my sister came to pick me. They took me to Ilan Hospital. And unfortunately, I think still God was still on my side. When we reached at Ilan Hospital, for 5 hours, power was off. And you see, in the hospital, when power is off, nothing can operate. So I was there from the whole of that day. What I did, I prevent the trauma, depression, and stress. I never wanted to sleep in the hospital. So I could go to my sister's place in Naguru, then I keep coming back, because immediately after the hospital, on that day of Friday, that was 12th, in the evening, breathing became a problem. I couldn't breathe. All these noise now you see, I was having the blood, I think they bet, even I have some injuries inside. Now the blood, it dried. So I couldn't breathe normally.
Yes.
So I was conscious, I was like, I think maybe I have some internal bleeding. They took me back to Ilan. Those people sent us to Luby Hospital. It's along Kololo Road. I went there for CT scan, and they told me I don't have any internal bleeding. But they told me that as a result of these injuries, the body is reacting.
Yes.
Therefore, I am facing this difficulty in breathing because of the reaction of the injuries by the body. But I used the mouth for like 2 days, breathing, that I couldn't use here. Maybe I thought I was having, because normally I am having allergies, but it was now not the issue of allergies. It took me a week for that blood to get out. I've been using warm water with salt to clean my nose every day. It took me a period of 5 days, of 7 days. Now that you can see me somehow normal. But
I was even here contemplating. You see, this guy, after getting out of hospital, he calls me after like over how many weeks? So actually, it's not even many weeks. So I was like, hey, why didn't this guy tell me? Because, you know, sometimes we're always close, but it happens anyway. Sometimes you might go through the toughest situation in the world and you forget to tell your best friend. They might even think that either you did it intentionally, but sometimes it might not be intentional, because all of us respond to emergencies in different ways. Now, from the hospital, did you report anywhere, maybe for the police,
yeah,
to help you crack down the criminals?
Thank you. I first thank the friends and the people who stay with me where I stay. They came and checked on me. I think it was a Sunday. So when they came and checked on me, by that time I was having some energy. I narrated to them what happened, and they told them to go and talk to our LC1 chairperson, and then they proceed with the police. But for me, from that moment, there is nothing. That point was necessitating to save life, not to report to police. Because you know the police, the process and protocol. The moment, any second that was delayed could lead to my death. So people were rushing to first save my life before they can go into reporting. So it is now that now I am here, I think if it is reporting, I need to negotiate afresh, but I don't think still I will do that.
Don't you think you can just do it for the sake of doing it, and then at least as you're recovering, trying to make ends meet, so that even the police can do their own investigation?
And maybe I think that one I can now start on it, but the other time I was very unconscious and very unstable, feeling a lot of pain, even not thinking about police. The only thing that could come in my head is hospital. Anyone who could save my life is a person I could respond to now.
You know, there are even things that we normally talk about. Now, from his story, he mentioned the issue where you go to hospital in that critical condition, but there's no power. You see, these are things we always talk about, that Nayoli Nagam and Simanya Mwe, you are speaking bad about development or something like that. But how can a hospital in the central business district, Kampala, the capital city of Uganda, have no electricity for a lump sum of hours? Not just a minute. 5 hours, no electricity. These are things I believe that government as well should check. You know, in such conversations, we get to learn a lot of things that we can try to address so that we can enhance the livelihoods and even ensure that the population lives in harmony without any form of inconvenience. Now, Ivan, you know, from the conversation we had off camera, I looked at you as if you're like, I don't even find it necessary to go and report to police. I think you might be having your own reasons as to why you're considering or not considering that specific aspect. Because by now you would have done that.
Thank you so much. You see, also police of Uganda, I have not tested the police elsewhere. Police of Uganda puts you in protocol. The one who took my phone was there from Thursday up to Sunday. It was when I'm not the one who they stored it. Not until I called from Airtel to switch the lines off, broke the lines. When I tried tracking, they asked me for 400. I'm on the sick bed, soliciting money to take me because the injuries I was having, I was getting expensive treatment, not these local hospitals. Now, you see, I'm in trouble of looking for money, save my life. They're asking me for 400, also go and track the phone. I said, you leave that phone. Let them take it. I can use the same money so to buy another phone. So why I'm not considered, because you are a security journalist, you are my senior, and you have dealt with police more than I have done, and you know better. You know the process and protocols. They tell you this, they put it. So for me, it is I'm considering to improve on my security consciousness and measures. And maybe our chairman is Mr. John is a very serious man there at Kamuri. But police, you know it better.
Yeah.
You know the reasons why I'm not considering going there. But for matters of protocol and what, I will be forced to go there and tell them, so that maybe they can improve the security of the area and even the city, the entire city. Because we are saying now we shift from here to there, but everywhere people are being beaten. Everywhere people are being gunshot. We are experiencing several scenarios here in Naguru, the most guarded place, because even there is a police headquarters. But the crime is very high as well. So for me, we are going through a road already. Even you are already going through a road, trying to build something, this and that, but someone comes and gets it to negatives, not even zero. So that is the pain I have, but I think whoever could be found and genuine that is a culprit, in my view, he or she deserves a death penalty. No more chance like imprisoning, because imprisoning, for me, I no longer believe that even that a prison can make someone reform. People can still come and become gangsters. If you are found, be knocked to death. Because now, like permanently, you see, even the speech, it has changed. Permanently, until I die, I will not have the natural truth. So I am forced to go and look. They asked me 1.9, close to 2 million.
That's per tooth. You need 3.
I need 3.
So each is 1.9 million.
No, all of them.
All of them.
1.9.
That is artificial surgery. Then
yes,
they place in the.
I think even the replacing to clock 2 million because labor. So now 2 million. Already I've spent over $1 million in a treatment. They took everything I had.
Then there is the 400 of police.
There is the 400 of police. You get it? So I looked at everything Vorongoto, which I believe everyone who has gone through this will understand. But I'm trying to consolidate and bring myself to accept that this has happened. Thank God that I didn't die, but I have to move on. That's why I have taken a step. People come, I have told these stories and I'm tired. In fact, everyone who will ask me, I will tell him, go to YouTube and watch the story. Because everyone wants to explain this and that. And now I have, the challenge I have with talking, when I talk a lot, I start feeling some pain. The abnormal gaps I have in my teeth that I have not been having, also bringing some
uncomfortness.
Yes, some
discomfort.
Yeah. So, right, for sure, for me, I thank my father, Kabashanga, you know that man.
Yeah.
That gentleman really has done tremendous towards this incident. Thank you so much. I thank my sister and my family. Family is very key and very important.
Yeah.
My sister in Nagu, actually a family of Mr. and Mrs. Bosco, then with my sister Natkunda Monique. Those people have Vanyido Mubiri. Baguido Mubiro Maninga. Yes. I thank people from Monshera cohort, Secretary Datu Mshanga. Mshanga Rig have been hearing me talking about Mshanga Rig. Those people I studied with. Trying to mark my point. Not the entire Mshanga Rig. Okay, even Mshanga Rig entire, thank you for the prayers. In any case, they might have prayed. But these people of Mshera, the year of entry, I entered 2012, 2017. I think they supported me even financially, comforting words, and checking on me occasionally. They kept checking on me, and even up to now. So I'm so thankful to those people. The friends who came around, to my neighbors, I can't thank them enough. But in this situation, I have captured a lot of lessons. And one thing I've mastered is people experience people and let them go. I even experienced, because I was in a time of dying. For me, if death is here, I was almost here getting there.
Oh, you're actually with it.
Oh, I'm
but
actually
it had
with
not received you in its entirety.
So, someone, I'm not entitled to be helped or to be comforted or what. But for me, in my view, in human nature, Ivan, with me facing such, then you come with a coffin and you contribute a coffin of 500,000 to bury my body.
Yet but someone can give you 1 million to add on to the money you have to buy a new laptop.
To buy a new laptop.
To continue with your
That
earnings.
nonsense of people you have. I don't know. It's not. I don't know whether it is depression and stress, but I've run some of the things.
Yeah, partly it does really happen. Depression, stress, and many others. To remind you, we are having this shooting at Serena Hotel, Kampala. For those who don't know it, it's at along Nile Avenue. If you know where Parliament is, Crested Towers and the Uganda Broadcasting Corporation roundabout, that's where you find the Serena Hotel. And we are busy here enjoying the green at the back, trying to demystify and understand the experience that Ivan did go through on the night of the 11th of April 2024. Now, you're talking of people who come with, there are those who come with prayers, there are those who come with the solace, there are those who come with the tugende tubakwate, tubanonye. There are those who be like, we can retrieve your property. I know someone who can send bees, snakes, and so forth. Then you have friends who actually up to now do not know that you're actually going through that. I don't know if Shortcut is aware about that. The camera person, Shortcut. Or what does it mean? So you realize that sometimes many other people may not know. But from the lessons you've learned, like you've explained to us, at this point in time, how are you managing the memories that flash, the flashbacks, whenever you're doing something, as you're embarking on a project, then you remember, I had a moving project, it was taken. Like, how are you handling it? Are you having someone who is close to you that you can share with all this kind of disgruntlement?
I have my sister from Natkunda Monique. I think is one of the closest people I share with everything. But to take you back slowly, about IT media, I had built a system. Even you yourself, before this happened, I remember you are in a newsroom, you appreciated me. Now, Ivan, you are taking shape. I had built a team. But of course, you see, having an idea and sending it to a group of people, also think like you. It takes time.
True.
But already I had built a system that the graphics person is there, the social media guy is here, the host is here, how we're getting guests, the person to market, the person to do welfare. I had built a team that it was on a steady progress and it was a formidable team.
Yes.
Immediately I received that meeting, everything is down. All the company gadgets down. Everything. So the trauma maybe and maybe the stress I have is, even when I was on the sick bed, I was like, where will I start from? See people coming, that is important, is rife. Yes, it is rife. Now I'm going to be where will I start from? That was my question. You remember you spent sleepless nights, You sacrifice lunch, sometimes you even forgo supper to buy a camera, to buy a laptop. You know how expensive those gadgets are. Someone in the brink of an eye, he puts you down. So for me, now, first of all, I'm in a state of accepting. I have accepted. It has happened. You want it or not, it has happened. Now,
whether you want to move on or not,
it
time
has
is
happened.
moving.
Yes, time
It's not
is
stopping.
moving. And actually, I think many people think that because like previous week, even moving was a
hard.
problem. But now, if you can, now you see this dress code. It's not that I choose to dress like, you know, my dress style.
Yes,
But not because of what I'm going through.
Whereas
When
another
I-
Gambi we suit, you know, you dress up, you know, to do I call it reflecting on a situation? Yeah, this situation didn't need a suit.
You see why I'm
But
black?
this is not how we dress, by the way. For those who are watching, you can go and look at other videos, then you would really understand the point of view. So you're telling us that that's not how you dress.
This is not how I dress, but for now, I can't go in suits, in ties, again, because I already here.
Oh, yeah, you have
If
sometimes.
I put off the jumper, you can even get scared. So, now I'm going through a road. That is the truth.
Yeah.
One, I'm back to negatives, not even zero, because there are some things I need first clear, then to get back to zero. Then two, this nonsense of bees, simani, witch doctors and what? For me, I'm one person who likes to move on. I like moving on. I don't believe in those things. But I believe in God. People came and told me, now we are going to Kireka since you have been given a second chance. People were telling me this and that, but for me now at the end of the day, in this situation, what I have learned is one. There are people who have genuinely come. They have taken your things. This I didn't buy this phone. Someone bought it for me.
Wow.
Start from there. That is the conversation I need to hear now. But these things of motivating, I'm motivated already. I know it has happened. I've accepted. It has happened. So prayers, sending prayers, but these things of now bringing me to an extra expense of looking for money. Now when I get those things, what will I do? What will I do? Maybe through you actually, I think if the issue is under development, it can't be solved in 1 day or 2 days or a week.
Actually, we're going to come to that. I don't know why you're trying to preempt him. No, we didn't discuss. But now, you see, there is something we call insurance. There are people who buy things and they are insured. So under such circumstances that you've lost your laptop, if you have insurance, you don't strain so much to replace what you have. Because there are others who lose their things and they also become lethal. That, oh, they have taken my property, let me also and go do the hunting and something like that, which sometimes is not really good. Now that brings me to the question. You are a journalist. You have dealt with a lot of aspects in life. And one of the problems everyone would attribute to the existence of such gangs onto the streets is technically unemployment. That's what they say. But in the reality of things, you have your own analysis.
Yes.
I have my own. So how do you think, most probably, that any other person who is a potential candidate like you can avoid such an attack?
One thing is you are an atheist. I'm a believer.
Did you have to mention that?
No, I know what I'm going
This
to bring
man.
is going to be extremely out of your context.
I'm immune today. I'm immune. Go ahead, please.
But one thing is, I think we should, whoever is in whichever faith, we pray. Then two, we ensure security measures. One, you make sure that if it is possible, you move with someone we know. If it is a border, we enter our rooms early. Now we start giving our personal curfew. Not that you are saving this, but you work on yourself. But most importantly for me, I would engage everyone who has not experienced this or who has experienced it but is okay now. We should do away with the people who do these idleness and disorderly. I strongly support. I think it should come back because now people, they don't have jobs. They are eating kakwara. They are drug addicts, and automatically when you are drug addict, you can't think properly. When you are here eating, it is okay. But moving from here to that conference hall, you'll be already thinking about different things. So for me, I believe that a lot of use of drugs is causing all this. People don't have jobs. They are not psychological okay. They have drugs on their heads.
Even the parents who are having unplanned kids.
And
those also become a problem.
Those people are marrying when they don't have money. You people are marrying without money. To produce people are going to kill us. Please, spare yourselves. Don't. Because for me, all this comes to underdevelopment, the one we have in our societies. There's a lot of production, and you find you have produced. People are not going to schools. They don't. Of course, even us with degrees, we don't have jobs. Now you who has no degree, and now you find they are very strong enough. They do gym. You can't outcompete them in physically. I think the police should increase security on local councils. The way you see, they used to have night patrols. I've seen the use of night patrols. At least they could get you, even when you are genuine from UBC, from working, you rotate with them in the morning, you go home. When you are safe and you think you have them. But now, you are not sure. Even at 6 p.m., they can kick you. So for me, I think even they should increase on security. Much as they say we don't have wars, but now the war we are the internal war we are fighting in our country is much bigger compared to these wars we hear of Russia, Ukraine. Because even every day you are not sure whether you are living the next day. For me, I'm telling you, in fact, me as Ivan now, I have a different image of life than other people have.
So that's life after living death.
Yes.
We are redefining it. Well, his story is quite touching. And for you, whoever is watching, I believe you've learned one or two things. Right from his experience, what he's going through, how he intends to live his life, and probably even talking about other challenges that he encountered. For example, going to a hospital that didn't have power. Then now he's also making proposals regarding the enhancement of security at lower levels. Now, to give you the last word from me, I think it is also necessary for government to speed up arms to ensure that they lead to equitable development. The presence of slums in many of the central business district areas are also a habitat for most of these people who gang up to come and attack people. I can give you an example. You remember Kireka Market before its construction. It was harboring a lot of people who are also dangerous to society. But today, because the place has been lit with new buildings, it is now business only. It is very hard to find someone who is idle and disorderly operating in that. So in that, I say development and crime prevention also moves hand in hand. But I concur with him on the issues of parents minding the kids they give birth to, the peer influence, the drug use. All these things should be addressed in a more synchronized way so that we can have a better society. My name is Ivan Kahwa. This has just been one of the episodes that we shall be sharing with my comrade here. It's a long story, but we've managed to break it down. But later on in other episodes, we shall be interacting with him to understand how life is faring so that we can learn one or two things and ensure even you who is watching, you don't become a potential candidate, though you're a potential victim.
By the way, Ivan, to inform the people who have been following our IT media online, we are going to be having a different face, because now speaking is becoming a challenge. A different face of the host, the one who is going to be hosting the Ivan Show on IT media, and our print media is going to enhance. I'm going to much focus now on writing, as I'm trying to heal and get back with my artificial teeth. When my talking stabilizes, then maybe that's when I get back on camera as a host. But as regards now, we are going to entirely focus on print media and having a different face hosting the Ivan Show. Bear with us. We are mindful. We don't want to disappoint you. Please, we thank you for your patience.